see here. Let me see if we pick anybody up here. There's one. We're going to sit here for a little bit. There's two. See if we get some people on before we start talking. So just bear with me for a minute. Let's see how many people come on first before we start yakking here. Ooh, excuse me. Hey, how you doing? See how many people we can get going here. We're up to 3. Thought I'd do this live. Hey, Jason, is that how you pronounce that? Hoover, what's up? Yes, sir. Okay. Ted from Michigan. Up to 4. Get to 5, we'll start talking. How's that? We'll start reminiscing about the past year and talk to you guys about what I want to do this year and all that good kind of stuff. Hey, Bob from Nebraska. Thought I'd do this a little later in the evening. Get some, maybe we can get some people from the Australia group and stuff on and see what happens here. See if we can get any of them on the channel and yak and whatnot. Haven't tried one yet. I'm fixing to purchase one though. Just got some stuff, another payment from YouTube, so we're gonna be buying a couple of chassis for reviews. So TFX is one of them. I also want to buy a DK chassis from Jag Hobbies as well and do a review on that. And then there was one other one too. What is the other one I was going to buy? It's like 3 new chassis I was going to buy for reviews for this season. I can't remember what the other one was. Stan bought a couple of those, one of our racers in our group, and he really loves them, and we're even talking about using them as a class in next season's point series. It would be for a DK chassis. So going to be doing, I'm buying 2 actually. We're going to be buying a short wheelbase and a long wheelbase on that car. So we'll do a review of that and everything. So let's get underway. Thought I'd do this live this year. I do this every year. I haven't bought anything from Pro Tinkerer. I've watched his stuff on YouTube, but I haven't bought anything from him yet. Probably there's a couple of things I saw that he has that I might have to pick up one of these days. They're like real cool, but I'll have to get around to that. So, but thought we'd sit back and do this live this year. I do this every year since after the first year of the channel. Yeah, he sells all at great prices. Yep, I went to the website and looked at some of his stuff, but I haven't bought anything yet. But we do this every year at the end of the year. Take a look back at what we accomplished, and take a look forward about what I want to do with the channel going forward. And just watched the very first video of these that I did back in 2016, talking about the past year, and it was crazy that we we had 66 subscribers at the end of the first year, at the end of 2015 going into 2016, and we're currently at over 3,000. We're like 110 subscribers away from 4,000, which is just crazy to me. Never thought this channel would be that big, but I want to thank everybody that watches, everybody who has subscribed, everybody that comments, everybody that shoots stuff to me. I want to thank everybody for all of that. It's been great. Love the friends I've made through the channel. We've picked up racers through the channel here locally, and it's just it's just it's been a great thing. So I'm gonna put this out there right now. If we can get to 4,000, we're definitely gonna be doing a giveaway. So we'll buy some stuff, and then I'll also give away. There's a couple of things that we've done on the channel that I might also throw in there to give away as well. So if we get to 4,000 subscribers, we're gonna have another giveaway. We haven't done one since we did the first year giveaway. So I want to do another one here, especially if we can get to that milestone of 4,000 subscribers. So we'll do another giveaway. There's a couple of things that I'll purchase, that we'll use the YouTube money to purchase, and then there's a couple of things here that we did on the channel, like a couple of bodies or something that we can also give away and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be real cool. Some of the stuff we did, I do promise you guys, we will finish some projects this year. I know that I've been kind of lollygagging on the Super 3 build. We got to get back to the build on the layout, the building that we want to build. We got to get back to that. The 3x5 build we need to finish that up. So we're definitely in 2022, we will be finishing those projects up, get the 3x5 build up and running and all of that good stuff. And definitely want to finish that. Definitely want to finish the Super 3 build, get it up and running. It's pretty close. We just need some tuning issues with it. We'll do that on camera and that kind of stuff. The other thing I want to start is the brass pan gravity build that we have, the Riggins chassis that I have. I'm missing one part. So if you guys out there either come across it or see it somewhere, or know where I can pick one up, we need the plate that holds the body. This is the Riggins chassis. There's another plate that goes on here that fits the opposite direction before the motor goes in, that has the body mounts on it. So we need to get one of those. I have everything else for this build but that. So if you guys see one out there or know where we can get one, or whatnot, I've also got to talk to a couple of my friends here in town and find out if they have one, and we can get started on that gravity pan chassis build that we want to do. I have two different types of pickups. I've actually bought a Riggins pickup for it, and then I have another pickup for it that we could use. And we're going to be using a Tyco Pro motor in that car, and doing some other stuff. So we'll get some parts for that build as well. Also, like I said at the beginning, we're going to be got some reviews coming, going to be purchasing tonight, 2 DK chassis, a TFX chassis. We might even be, there's another Jag Hobbies chassis that I was thinking about buying to do I can't remember what they call that one. But we'll have to, you guys will see it when we get it. We'll be able to pick that one up. Also, I recently picked up a big haul here in town. I didn't show it on camera, but my friend who, if you guys remember the video back when when I had that, the pick case that I got from my former manager that he found at a yard sale, he found me another haul about 3 weeks ago that he bought. He was out looking for radio control stuff and found this guy who said he had radio control stuff, and it turned out to be airplanes, and he does cars. But he come across this huge lot of slot cars and accessories and everything, and picked it up and gave me a call, asked me if I wanted it. And so I went over and looked at it, and it was a ton of stuff, about 30 cars total. Old AFX track, the second gen track that slides together this way. And a bunch of other parts, pieces, accessories, and all kinds of stuff. So you'll be seeing some of those cars in the bi-weekly feature cars coming up. I got to clean up some of the bodies. Some of them were kind of trash, but a few of them are good and in good shape. I got to fix a couple of window posts, and then they need some cleaning and stuff. And then I got to get the chassis cleaned out, fixed up, tuned up, and all that stuff. And we'll be showing those cars in the bi-weekly feature cars. So be on the lookout for that. There was more AFX than Tyco, but there was quite a few. There was a couple of Tyco cars, a couple of Tyco Pro chassis with the wipers. Sorry about the vibration of the camera. Every time I hit the table, my camera holder is bouncing all over the place. But there was a couple of Tyco Pros with the wipers, so I now have the wiper and the push pin one. So that was kind of cool. There was one T-Jet. There was about 4 non-mag cars, I think 5 Magna Traction cars, 6 G Plus chassis, 2 of which were Super G Pluses, 1 full body, 5 IndyCar chassis, 2 specialty chassis Magna Tractions, 1 non-specialty Magna Traction. Like I said, there was 2 Tyco Pros, about 5 HP7s, or not HP7s, but HP2s, 1 HP7, 2 Magnum 440 cars, and I think 2 44X2 cars. So some of the bodies were pretty trash. There was a lot of the Indy cars that were in there were just toast. There was 2 though that are not in too bad a shape. This one, for an instance, it's missing its wing and a pipe. Outside of that, it's in good shape. This is probably off of the Super G Plus car. But some of them were a little more toasted. Like this one, the sides broke off of it. But believe it or not, it still has its mirrors. That's kind of crazy. That's why I kept it. They can steal the mirrors off of it. Same with this McLaren. I mean, both sides of this car are toast. But it's still got the scoop and the mirrors and a window, and in case I need it, if I find one that doesn't have any. So, Lotus, that I already have this one, so it doesn't really matter, but of course the wings were going on it. So, there's a lot of that kind of stuff. But there was a couple of good things. This Tyco Vet's not in too bad a shape. So, there's some stuff like that. The other stuff you guys will see in the bi-weekly feature cars. Sorry, guys, I'm still coming off of a cold. That's why I didn't do this video last weekend, because I was even worse last weekend. But we'll do that. Of course, 2021, we didn't get to go to the fray because it got canceled. Once again, 2022 has been canceled, which sucks. We miss everybody down there. I miss being able to go down there and race with everybody and see everybody and show you guys everything. Hopefully in 2023, we'll get to go. If not, if he cancels it again, we're going to be doing something here, hopefully, with the help of Phyllis and a couple other people. And hopefully putting on a big T-Jet fray race here if it gets canceled. California is not looking very good when it comes to COVID and restrictions and all that kind of stuff. And Phyllis has already said that he doesn't want to run a race where he has to have restrictions. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Hopefully it'll be, hopefully it'll all work out in the end. And in 2023, we'll all be getting together with all our friends from all over the country to race T-Jet freight cars once again. Hopefully we'll be able to do some stuff with that live. I want to get down there early enough to do some interviews for you guys. Live in person there with people like RC Lincoln, who runs Wizard. People like Jeff Hurley, who is Hurricane Electronic Motorsports, who does T-Jet bodies. I like to do something live with Brad Bowman, who of course is Brad Tracks and does all his stuff. I like to talk to him live, and then talk to Rick Phillips live as well, on camera about the fray and its origins and where it all started and all that good kind of stuff. So hopefully in 2023 we'll get there. Hopefully we'll also bring you guys some more stuff from the guys down in Portland. We're going to be headed back down there again here soon. In probably a couple of weeks, we'll go back down there and race with those guys again. Hopefully we'll bring you some of that racing action as well. One of these times we might get back to South Dakota to run with those guys. Stan went last year, had a great time, and hopefully maybe we'll do that here too in a couple of years or something, and we'll go back and run with them, and we can show you guys that one. They have a huge group there in Rapid City, and we might get to do that here pretty soon too. So that's going to be a good year. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff on the channel for doing some other comparison kind of stuff. I want to do some comparison videos coming up. Probably I've got enough cars now that we can pit some stuff against one another. Something else I also want to do after the point season is over is borrow Stan's. Stan has a Wizard, the new Fusion chassis from Wizard. He has one of those that he may be even racing this weekend. I'm not sure. This weekend, we are racing again tomorrow, so be on the lookout for race videos in the coming week. It is Ultimate Magnet Car and Auto World or Johnny Lightning Thunderjet 500s tomorrow. So he might be running that Fusion car. He's did some changes on it, has put a different set of traction magnets in it. So he might be running it. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully we can borrow that from him and do a review of that car. Something else I would like to get a hold of would be a car from RPM from Roger Purcelli. What do they call that car? His magnet car, which is a I can't think of the name right off the top of my head, but he has a car kind of like the Fusion car. I'd like to do a review of it, get some higher end, really fast cars for you guys that these guys run in like the Harpa classes and all that kind of stuff. So be able to do that as well. That's an expensive car though, so that might take a little bit, but we can do that as well. Also bring you guys some more stuff on the layout. I've been kind of slacking on the scenery on the layout. I got to go back. There's some stuff I want to do, some walls I need to add in, especially for racing and whatnot, and do some more scenery work on there. Like I said, we got to get back to the build that we started and some other stuff there. And just if you guys have any ideas about what you guys would like to see, I'll really try my best to track it down and get it and do a review of it on the channel, or get the parts and pieces to do whatever you guys want to see and all that kind of stuff. The YouTube money seems to be rolling in on a regular basis here all of a sudden, so I've been using it for parts and pieces. As a matter of fact, that's what bought that lot of 30 cars from my former manager was my YouTube money, or I wouldn't have been able to have done that. So it's pretty cool to do that. It had a lot of parts and pieces and stuff that we can use on the channel for builds and whatnot, and just to work on some cars. And plus, I needed some more chassis anyways. For some bodies that I have laying around that are good, that don't have chassis under them, so I can get those all fixed up and nice and running really good. I'm still working on having all the chassis for all the series from everybody, from all the manufacturers. There's a couple that I would love to have, especially two on the Aurora side that I don't have, and the problem is getting them and actually proving that they are what they say they are. I have a T-Jet, and we have we have a narrow T-Jet here in the house, but it's Elijah's. I want to pick up one of those. I don't have one of those. The other one I would like to get is a Wild Ones chassis and a Tough Ones chassis. To get a hold of those in their factory, out of the factory set without being messed with, and not knowing that they're all original is kind of hard. They haven't been switched around or changed, or the magnets been changed, or the armatures have been changed in them. I'd like to have something I know for a fact are the actual deal, so I could show you guys, like we could do a comparison between a stock T-Jet, a Wild Ones, and a Tough Ones, and just give you guys a comparison view between the speeds between those cars. So that's something that also I'd like to add to the collection. I don't have those two. And then I don't have a narrow T-Jet chassis, which could be kind of easy to get a hold of. I'm not sure. But the other two are kind of hard to have and actually know that they are what they say they are. So that's something I want to get. I need to build a non-mag specialty chassis. I don't have one in running condition. I've got parts enough now to build one, so that might be something we're going to do on the channel. And then on the Tyco side, now that I have the Wiper Tyco Pro chassis, I got to make sure that they both need a little work to get them running, so I got to get those up and running. But I think I have every range of the HP2. TFX versus the T-Jet, that'd be a good comparison too. Another one that would be kind of good would maybe be a stock TFX against a full-blooded blown freight car, which would be another kind of interesting comparison to do. Also, we're going to put the TFX when we get it. We're going to put it up against an Auto World and a Johnny Lightning car as well to see how it runs against those cars. So, kind of give you guys a comparison there as well between the speeds between them. So that's another comparison we're going to do. It's not all going to be in one video. Hey, SVR. What's S? Need a little more expansion there. Yeah, those are some other comparisons I'd like to do once we get that ordered. I'm going to be ordering that stuff tonight, those 3 chassis tonight, and then I'm going to be kind of smooching around eBay and some other of the sites to see what else we can pick up. I've got $118 to use tonight, so we're going to be looking at that. But yeah, those are some other comparisons that we're going to do between the TFX chassis just to see. And then some other stuff. So be on the lookout for those. It might be a little bit. The TFX chassis might take a little bit to get with the way they're being ordering and stuff. I think their shipping's been a little behind. So bear with us on that one. The other chassis that we're going to get from Jag Hobbies should be here. It wouldn't take too long. Might be like in the next 2 weeks or whatever. Oh, he was saying hi from. Oh, okay. So, all that good stuff. Also, some other things, just to throw them out there. Don't forget to check out all of the good YouTubers on the homepage on the YouTube homepage. I use my homepage to promote other people on YouTube for slot cars. That's what this channel was started as, was to promote the hobby, and I'm keeping it that way. There's also, I got to get back to Jim about the website, find out where he stands there. We haven't been in contact since the outbreak of COVID, when he decided to step out of the racing at the start of this first full point season last year. And we haven't had a lot of communication since. So, and I know the website hasn't been updated in quite some time. So, got to figure out what stands with that, and whether I can get control of the website and stuff. I have some ideas for the website. If I can get a control of it, we can update it. There's some stuff I want to add. There's some vendors I'd like to add that aren't there that I've used here recently, and I'd like to get them in there. There's a couple YouTube. I'd like to make a kind of like a slot car television section there and list all the cool YouTube channels and all that kind of stuff there as well. If you guys, if there's any YouTube channels out there that you guys watch that you guys know are putting out some really good content on a regular basis, let me know and I'll list them on the homepage so everybody else who hasn't discovered them yet can, and promote those guys and show those guys some love there as well, like you have this channel. So we can spread the love, and there's plenty of room on this platform for slot cars for these guys to come in, because everybody does different stuff, and that's like Roger Perselli is more into the really fast high-end magnet cars, where we're not. So that kind of, he covers that end while we cover the other end. So very cool stuff. Plus he's in the Harper region over there, so he does a lot of racing with some the upper echelon guys back east. So it's kind of cool to see him there. Another one, Jim Rose's NorCal slot car scene is another good one to compare the difference. Oh, gear ratios. Yeah. So check out his channel. He just did a really good interview recently with Brad Bowman, and did another one with Jeff Kratz and Ron Schmidt. So go check his channel out. Check out that. He also does 30-second scale stuff on his channel as well. He races both HO and 30-second. So go check out Jim's NorCal slot car scene YouTube channel. He does a lot of great stuff there. Go check out RC Lincoln's Wizard channel. He has some stuff there where he has shown the Fusion build, and he's done a Frey build there and a bunch of other stuff. So go check that out. And Don't forget to go check out Vitamin 50. We're gonna hopefully I want to get Kevin on here and do a live interview on the YouTube channel with him. His channel's big enough to do a live on his end, and we could do one on our end. And I'd like to get Kevin out and talk to him about what the status of his YouTube channel, find out if he's going to be coming back at all, and all that good stuff. So hopefully we get Kevin on as well. That's something else I'm kind of looking to do in the near future, is do some interviews, whether it's in person or whether it's via YouTube. Hopefully we can get some other things. How do you like your dash chassis overall? The only one that I really I didn't have it too much luck with the original T-Dash chassis. I haven't bought one since, but I do have a Mondo Grip chassis, and that car is really good. I love the Mondo Grip car. It handles really well. It's got a lot of downforce. That's also another car that we need to kind of do some more stuff on, and some comparison stuff between it and I got to get a new set of front wheels for it. But do a comparison between it and possibly the Auto World car, and find out how well it performs against an Auto World car. That'd be another good comparison video to do as well. I need to go on the Dash site. I haven't been on there in a while to see what he has. Oh, cool. Just built one today. Yeah, I need to go on there and see what he has new-wise on there, and maybe buy some stuff from him as well. I got to get a new set of front wheels for that one. The wheels got kind of screwed up when I was trying to install them. For some reason, they weren't round. And I don't think it was me installing them. I think they came that way. So I'm gonna have to buy a new set of front wheels for that car so they all match all the way around. But that's another comparison that we can do. The Dash and the Auto World car. Just got another of my. Oh, dang it! These things fall off the wall. I just got another Auto World car at the Christmas race, so I got the Mustang in the package. I haven't opened this one yet. I'm still running my red one in that class. So, but Shaden got two new ones for his collection. He got the Cougar and the not the Camaro, but the Challenger, the green one. So, but that's some other stuff that we need to do. Also, we probably need to do some work with those to show you guys how to tune them up and make them run better, or some ideas of what can be done to them to make them faster and whatnot. So that's another thing we need to work on as well. Other things that we'd like to do, I'd like to get there's some other stuff. I've been kind of hunting on eBay for stuff in the package. Prices on eBay have gone outrageous, so it's just crazy. Stock Dash parts, you could send some if you're interested. I'll check that out, Bob. Looking for in-package older stuff that we can do reviews of that we haven't done yet. There is a Rocore car on there that is in the package that is the same chassis as this Amrec car, which would be kind of neat comparison to do between those two. That's another thing that we need to do. I also have a body that we need to work on that actually has a hole in it that I got at the last time we were in Portland. So I've always wanted one of these Porsches from Lifelike. I think this was actually a Rocore car. I think they also an Amrec car, but it's like the light burnt the hole in the hood. So we've got a little body work to do. So we might even do that on camera this year too, fixing that body up and making it look really nice. That's another thing we can do on the channel. Goop it up. So that might be something else we can do too. I've done some body restoration stuff on here before, but that's another one that we can do so we can get this nice and looking nice and good. I love this body. This is probably one of the coolest Porsches out there, I think, in slot cars and HO scale that are accurate and that are proportioned well. I don't really like the AFX 911 car. It's kind of bulky to me, where that one is really nice. It's really fits the chassis well, and it's really proportioned well. Looks really good on the racetrack. So We'll have to do that. I'm also looking at one of these. It needs a window, but I'm also looking at one of these complete on eBay right now as well that I might pick up too. Love that body. Big Porsche fan. Yeah, so Shaden. My youngest is a huge Porsche fan. He saw that car. Oh, is it mine? I'm like, no, it's mine. But I love that body. I want to get a couple other ones of those as well. We'll have to do that. And then if you guys have any ideas, like I said before, if you have any ideas out there for anything you guys would like to see or do, or people maybe we can get on the channel to talk to, that hopefully. The problem with doing interviews on YouTube without Skype is that I'd like to do stuff live. But they have to have a YouTube channel of their own, and it has to have over 5,000, or not 5,000. They have to have over 1,000 subscribers to go live with a phone like I'm doing right now. So that's kind of hard to do. I know Kevin has enough to do it. Kevin Finley probably has enough to do it from Hayden Creek. I might hit him up and see if he would like to do something live. But that's something I kind of want to do to bring you guys some background on some of these people within the hobby. That's why another reason why I kind of missed the fray, because there's a lot of people there that you guys would love to hear from that are parts and pieces people, and give you guys some background on some of the racers and stuff there, because there's a lot of great racers there. So, but we'll have to see how that plays out next year and all that good kind of stuff. Don't really have anything else other than I just love that everybody is here. Everybody is having fun. Everybody is commenting and leaving likes and watching the channel, and it's just it constantly amazes me. It's constantly growing. I constantly see new people commenting and saying, "Hey, I'm back in the hobby," which is great. We need more people. What we need is younger people. If you're back in the hobby and you have kids, thank you. If you have kids, try and get them involved, because that's where this hobby needs to be. We need younger people. We need people in their 20s and late teens and 20s and late 20s in this hobby to keep this hobby going. We've lost a lot of people, and we need people to take those people's place. The guy from Super Tires who just passed away. I mean, hopefully there's somebody out there that took that spot that knows how to do those tires, and we don't lose that resource of parts. I can't remember what his name was, who HOSlotCarRacing.com. I still have no clue where all those parts went. If anybody out there knows who picked up all that stuff and where it's at, let me know, because that was one of my biggest parts resources for the longest first part of the channel. I was buying tons of stuff from Greg. What is it? Gregory. What was his name? Gregory something. I can't remember what his last name was, but he, when that happened, that was a sad moment, and we need to keep the hobby going, and we need to replace the people that are passing away. And we need to keep the parts and pieces coming. It's great to see Jag Hobbies and what they're doing with the new stuff they're coming out with. It's great to see RC with the new WizJet chassis and all of that stuff. So hopefully they all keep it going. Hopefully people come into the hobby that are smart enough and good enough. The 3D printer guys, there's a lot of cool stuff being done on the 3D printers. Hopefully they can start making an impact, and hopefully we may lose a few people, but hopefully we don't lose the resources of the parts and pieces, because that's what keeps us going. If we can't find the parts to build cars, to fix cars, to do that kind of stuff, then where's the hobby going to go? So just remember that. Just try and, if you're out racing and you see a young person struggling, help them out. Give them some pointers. Make them feel wanted. Don't make them feel like they're stupid. Make them feel wanted, because we don't need them giving up and leaving because they're not having fun. That's what this is about. It's fun. It's about racing and it's about doing well, but it's also about the fun and meeting people, getting to know people, and uh, getting to know what it is that makes this hobby so special. So if you see somebody out there, you're in a race, and there's somebody out there struggling who's young and they need help, help them. Give them some techniques, make them feel wanted, make them feel like they need to be there because we need that in the hobby. We need the younger people to come into the hobby. So hopefully that continues. I've noticed that the viewership in the 25 to 30 range has come up a little bit on the YouTube channel. So hopefully that continues to trend. It got kind of hard when YouTube changed the algorithm and they started messing around with the thing about having to declare whether you're for kids or not. That's why if you guys see the videos, I say mine are not for adults or not for kids, because if you say they're for kids, then nobody can comment, nobody can share. So that's why I kept it open. Kids can still see the channel, they can still watch it, they can still do stuff. So that's the only thing it did. Hopefully it doesn't stifle the hobby and cause people to not leave or to leave the hobby and whatnot. But hopefully we keep growing. Hopefully the hobby in a whole keeps growing. I have noticed since I started this channel in 2015 that there is a lot more people doing stuff on YouTube. A lot more manufacturers have come in, which is great. RC, RPM Motorsports, Roger Purcelli, Hayden Creek. I'm glad to see those guys come. I know they're there to promote their stuff, but they're also doing a lot of great content as well. So hopefully that continues. Hopefully Kevin can come back. I know he had some health issues and then had some personal issues, and that's why he kind of stepped out. Hopefully he comes back. We'll have to get him on and talk to him about that. And if you're thinking about it, jump right in. Just get started. Start doing some cool stuff. Even if you're just showing your racing action from your local group. It's great to see other people. It's great to see other racetracks. It's great to see what everybody around the country is actually racing. We've had some really weird comments about our series of what we race, and they're saying like, why do you guys race so much stuff and all that kind of stuff? And it's like, it's because that's who we are. We love racing all different types of cars, and we love and not really racing the really expensive stuff, because you get that expensive, you can't. Oh, cool! Glad you're back racing. Glad you're back in the hobby. Um, they're like, well, why do you guys race, 6 different classes of cars in a season? And it's because that's the way this group has always operated. We've always raced. We'd go over to Don's house, who is the guy that kind of put this group together, every Sunday, and we would start with T-Jets and just kind of race everything all the way up to M chassis life likes and 44X2 cars. So we'd race the whole gamut in one day. So that's kind of why you guys see us race so many, like 6 different classes of cars in a season. And then the next season, we decide to change a bunch of, several classes around and stuff, is because that's what we love to race. We love to race everything that's out there, and it's just fun. It's just really, really cool. Some other stuff about the channel about racing. I know there's been some comments about the races, actually showing the cars on the start line before a race in my videos. It's kind of hard to do. I'd have to move a camera over and point it and then set the camera back up real quick, and where I had it set to film the rest of the race. I don't really do that because, yeah, it's fun racing all different kinds of cars. It gets boring when you're constantly racing the same thing all the time. And that's kind of why we do that. It gets boring racing the same. That's why we changed a couple classes from last season to this season, was because we had all those cars tuned, and once you get that car tuned and it's done, where do you go from there, kind of thing. So that's why we changed out a couple of classes this year. We're going to change out a couple for next season as well. So, but I lost my train of thought on what I was talking about. Oh well, that's okay. But that's kind of why we do that. Why we change stuff out. We're already talking about changing the DK chassis. Not sure what class it's going to replace, but we've talked about doing that and a couple other things. So, um, but that's how we do things here up in the Northwest. Hopefully, we can get some more people. Hopefully, we can get the Portland guys to come up here a little more. Our group, when we're at full strength, we're about 15 people, I think. We've had a lot of people step back. Um, that's why we haven't had a lot of people. We've picked up Nick, who's from the Tri Cities. He's actually a former Yakima resident, and went over to the west side and started watching the videos over there, and then he moved to the Tri Cities, which is only an hour away from us. So now he's making up here on a regular basis and racing with us. So um, that's kind of, it's kind of cool to grow our group and make our group a little bigger. Hopefully, a couple of people who have stepped out due to COVID will come back. One of our guys has stepped out for health issues. Hopefully, he'll be back, and hopefully, you'll get some slot car shows. That's another thing that we're kind of we've talked about too within our group is about getting some slot car shows out on the West Coast. I know a lot of back east, they have tons of them all the time. Cleveland, not Cleveland, was it Cincinnati or Cleveland? I can't remember what. Bob Bears' big Super Bowl shows coming up, which is, I think, in New York. So, we'd like to have something like that out here on the West Coast as well. Problem is getting it started, getting people out here and whatnot. There is kind of something I've been kind of toying with. About a big kind of a slot car convention, which would be kind of cool. Kind of like a Hot Wheels convention, but for slot cars. It'd be kind of neat to figure a way out to pull that off, to find a time where you can, everybody would be able to go. We could have like manufacturers and people talking and racing and all kinds of stuff all thrown into one big kind of convention kind of set thing over a couple of days or something would be kind of cool. But I've kind of thought about that the last couple of years, but I have no clue how to get that started or where it'd be a way to get it started or whatnot. But that's kind of something that I've kind of toyed with off and on for the last couple of years. Would be kind of a neat idea. We do have a couple of places where you can get card. A couple people set up at the Fray every year. Phil, I can't remember his last name right off the top of my head. He does a lot of resin bodies and whatnot. Him and one of the other guys usually set up a table and have a whole bunch of stuff there. But it'd be kind of cool to do a slot car meet out here on the West Coast. Would be kind of cool. They used to have one down in Portland way back when, but that kind of died out. And I never got a chance to get around to going to that one, but that'd be something that me and Stan have talked about trying to get going, as well here on the West Coast would be kind of cool. And if you guys have any idea how to, we could get a slot car convention started, let me know, because that'd be kind of cool to do. Be kind of interesting to have a place where we can bring everybody together, manufacturers, people who sell, get a couple of racetracks set up and have some racing as well, and have some people like get Bob Beers to talk and maybe some of the older Harpa guys from back east to come out and talk about the Harpa and its history, and kind of have a really cool kind of Comic-Con slot Hot Wheels style convention kind of thing going for slot cars would be really cool. So I would like to try and do some more traveling. One of these years, I would love to get back to the Harpa Nationals. They're would like to get back to some of the big races on the East Coast with money. That's the big thing there. There is talk of me and the wife eventually moving, but we're not going to go there right now. That's something that might be down the road in a couple of years when Shane graduates, and we'll talk about that then. And it's going to kind of, if it does happen, it's going to kind of move us a little closer to the East Coast. get us out of the leftist agenda of the state of Washington. We're not going to go into politics here, but just saying. But that might be a thing, and that's gonna. If it does happen, it's gonna put us a little closer to the East Coast, and we might be able to get back there. But that we'll look about that down the road. But that's something I'd like to get to. I'd like to get to the Harpa Nationals. I'd like to get to. Me and Elijah have talked about trying to get to the Ohio Cup as well in Ohio. Another huge fray race on the East Coast, which would be really cool to get to. And it'd be really cool to be able to say that we've been to all the big slot car races in the United States. We've been to the fray. We'd like to get to the Harpa Nationals. We'd like to get to the Ohio Cup. And then we would also, it's not necessarily a big race, but it's kind of a well-known race, and that would be the Quarrel at Michael Block's there in Wisconsin. So, it'd be kind of cool to say that we've been to all those big slot car races would be really kind of a really cool thing to say. So that'd be kind of neat to do and whatnot. But, hopefully one day, maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll have to do a fundraiser or a pull the clubs around your area to a banquet hall or a fire company hall. Yeah, to designate a weekend. Yeah, that would be cool. We do have quite a few groups around. There's a bunch of guys over on the west side of the state. We have our group here. There's a kind of a small group in Spokane. We have the group in Portland. So that covers, that's about a 3-hour radius around. And, those guys are about 3 hours from us in a radius way. Maybe we can pull them all into one area on a weekend and have some racing, and then also do some Hot Wheel swapping and buying and parts and pieces kind of thing, which is would be a good idea. Then it'd be kind of cool. Maybe we might even be able to pull the NorCal guys out of Northern California up to do that as well. So, but yeah, that's a good idea too. So those are some things that we'd like to do eventually down the road. Some of the other stuff I'd like to do this year, I'd like to improve the graphics and whatnot of the channel. I'm looking into some things on that side. I have kind of experimented with the editing software on the GoPro app a little bit, as you guys have noticed within the race videos that I've done. That we've kind of done some slow-mo stuff and some zoomed in stuff. And we've kind of worked on that a little bit. So I want to continue to improve the videos that way. The thumbnails, I want to improve. They've been improving, over the years. I've done better and better ones, and hopefully that'll continue as well. Some other stuff going into the racing side of things. I kind of want to do... it'd be kind of cool to be able to do some... Do you use a video editor? The only video editor I use is the GoPro app itself. It's on the internet. That's what I use to edit the videos. I have been looking around for other editing software as well to upbeat that. I've also been looking at some better graphics programs as well for like T-shirts and whatnot as well. Video pad. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Video pad. I'll have to remember that one. Okay. So, so that's another thing. I've been looking at some graphic programs to do some better shirts for you guys. Don't forget to go check out the shirts and stuff at Spreadshirt. Shop.spreadshirt.com/slotcar-crazy. Go check that out. It helps out the channel with money there as well. We haven't made a whole lot, but it's cool to get those shirts done. Does good job with its editing. Slot Car Valley Racing. I'm gonna have to check out that. I've seen you guys on Facebook and the stuff there, but I haven't checked out anything on YouTube from you guys, so I'm gonna have to do that. That's some other stuff that I'd like to do quality-wise for the channel. We've done some really cool stuff with having 3 cameras for the racing coverage. I'm going to try and do a little bit more of that in the comparison video side of things. So when we do a comparison video, we'll have multiple cameras set up for those videos as well. And we can do some really cool editing with it, so we can see the timing system and seeing the other things. Some other things that I got to figure out how to do. I've seen done using GoPros as cameras to film, where if you guys don't watch anything outside of, if you guys watch any of the racers that post stuff on YouTube, people like Mandy Pouch, she uses GoPros to video her brother and her now fiance's stuff in like big block modifieds and whatnot. She's been doing a split screen top and bottom when her fiance and her brother are on the racetrack at the same time. She's been doing split screens. I'd kind of like to figure out how to do that with 3 cameras for like the race action. So, or actually maybe just 2, so we can have the monitor constantly up and the race, either the top view or the camera view or the track view up at the same time. But I'm still kind of figuring out how to do that one. So that's something I've been looking into as well. Yeah, that would be kind of cool to be able to see the race action and the monitor at the same time. It'd be kind of neat. That way I don't have to like flip between that camera and the track cameras. We can constantly have that one up, and then I would only be switching between the 2 track cameras, which would be kind of a neat idea as well. I have been also toying with a possible 3rd camera. I know how to be able to put like my phone now up, and I could use it to record on the racetrack as well. But I may be kind of experimenting with that here in the near future as well on the race videos, and bringing you guys a couple of things that you have commented on about what you'd like to see in the race videos video-wise. So I've been working on that as well. So that's some quality with the channel itself kind of stuff that I've been looking into to kind of up the quality there. And then, of course, the graphics for the T-shirts. Also, graphics would be also for the thumbnails and whatnot. What was that? My dad? Hello, my dad told me to go on this because he really likes you. I gotta go feed the cat. That'll be back after goodbye. Okay, so so that's some stuff that I'd like to do there as well, video quality wise and that kind of stuff. Trying to put a camera on one of the cars during the race, that'd be like NASCAR. That'd be kind of cool. The problem with that is it would be very, very, especially if you're using a GoPro. GoPro doesn't make like a small GoPro. I know that there's pinhole cameras and whatnot. That would be kind of one of the things I have toyed with is building a slot car to put a camera on, so I could give you guys like views of the track with the camera on the car. It's like if we go to Portland or something, I can put that car on the track and do some laps on the track without anybody racing, just show you guys the layout. I'd also kind of like to do that at the Fray as well, with all of the tracks at the Fray. But I've been toying with that a little bit to get that out there as well. Would be kind of a neat idea. I want to get one of the small GoPro, the square GoPros. I have a Hot Wheels made a car that holds that camera, and we've toyed with that's what I was toying with, using and putting a guide pin on it, and then just using the slot car to push it around the track to give you guys a track view. I gotta be able to pick one of those up. I could get them on eBay like I got the other two, so that might be something down the road to do with that, which would be kind of cool. I have also thought of like pinhole cameras for like race coverage as well. Look at using Micah's cam. I'll have to look that one up. So, that's some other stuff we can toy around with and play around with and whatnot. We have been using the GoPro camera since about 2016 is when I think I bought the first GoPro that we used to do videos for the channel. And then, of course, we did the money raiser to buy the other two to do the race coverage. So we might have to maybe do that again, and we can buy another camera for race action and stuff or whatever. But we'll have to do that. I've also been kind of looking into some better lighting situations, maybe for the YouTube channel as well. I think pretty much. I don't think anybody's had an issue with the lighting on the channel before. Here at the desk, I've got plenty of light. I've got my lights across the top here. And from what I've seen for down here on the table, it does a pretty good job. So I don't think we have to really worry about that too much. I would like to be able to do, getting back to the race videos, I would like to find a way, and I'd have to buy a mic to hook up to the computer to do like overdubs over the top of the video, the race videos, some like maybe some commentary kind of stuff. Not like the whole race, but like to give you guys a heads up, like, okay, we're oh, there was a wreck, let's go watch it, kind of thing. And then we'll go, then it'll fade in, like I've been doing the fades into the slow-mo stuff and show you guys the wreck and then come back, kind of thing would be kind of cool. Something else that I've been toying with, I was going to do it at the first race of this point season, but I haven't got around to doing it yet, and that's going live prior to the race starting. That might be something we're going to do next season, so we can kind of give you guys an insight into who's here, our group, to give you guys an insight into the people that I race with on a regular basis would be kind of cool, to give you guys an in, to show you guys the pre-race prep and the tuning and whatnot, and interview with everybody and all that kind of stuff would be kind of cool. Yeah, I've thought about live stream, but that's an expensive way to go. Especially if you're with multiple cameras and that kind of stuff, and the internet and the Wi-Fi situation and all that kind of stuff. It'd be cool to have that kind of setup, especially at the fray would be really cool. I would love to live stream the fray in that way. Would be really neat. That would be something, but that's like a major investment between cameras and equipment and all that kind of stuff to be able to do that stuff live with that kind of live stream kind of stuff is kind of spendy. I'd love to do that someday. I'd love to have that kind of resources to be able to do that. Would be really neat. It's kind of why I don't, especially at the fray. Other races would be interesting, but for some reason at the fray, once you step inside that hall at the fray, the Wi-Fi situation goes to crap. That's why I've never really done anything too in-depth live at the fray inside the building, because it gets terrible Wi-Fi reception in there, or it gets terrible reception with your phone. So hopefully that'll improve over the years. I think it has to do with my service per se. I think other people have done better. I'm with Straight Talk, and that might be one of the reasons why my connection isn't very good there. So, but hopefully we can make that improve over the next couple of years, and we can do live stuff a little more, live stream a little more things. It'd be kind of neat to be able to set stuff up. Can I give a description of a fray car? Just recently heard about them. Okay, well, a fray car, and I've had this come up several times in comments or whatnot. A fray car is based off of an Aurora Thunderjet 500 car. So it's basically a T-Jet. But the only thing you really use of a T-Jet in the build is the chassis and the motor plate and the motor clip. Everything else is aftermarket parts on a fray car. If you want to know the rules for the fray, go to the Fray in Ferndale on the internet and go to the rules, and you can read. And some of the rules are kind of hinky and they're kind of hard to understand. But basically, the fray car is my new fray car is a WizJet build. Yeah, there's also watch this video. Okay, so there's a. So my car is a WizJet build. It's a WizJet chassis and motor plate from Wizard. It's got a balanced and polished Wizard armature. We're running Dash Killer Bee magnets, RTHO gears on the top plate, on the motor plate, and the bottom gear is from RTHO. The rear axle is either a tungsten or a what's the other? I think there's titanium as well. Rear axle from Wizard. The gear on the axle is from RTHO. The front end is an independent front end from RTHO. They can't ohm less than 16 ohms, if I remember. It's either 15 or 16 ohms. Rear gear, front end, like I said, is an independent front end from RTHO. There's several different versions that you can run. And then what else is there? Motor brushes vary between cars. I run Slot Tech motor brushes on my car. And then pickup shoes are pre-bent Wizard pickup shoes with a very, very low step on them. And then you're running either slip-on tires, very low profile. All the Fray tracks at the Fray are Brad Bowman routed tracks, so you're running a really low tire, anywhere from a 324 to a 328, 330 to a 332. A lot of 320, 24s, 320. We run 328s because they run on both tracks. And then the bodies are either, like I said, Hurricane Motorsports, Greg's Garage. There's a couple other guys out there too. If you watch on the YouTube channel, go check out the Fray build videos that we've been doing. We got to complete that build as well. We're almost done there. And then go check that out. You get the parts and pieces and the tools you need to build one. So that's what a Fray car is. It's a build. You can't really buy that car. You've got to build it. There is some people that build them. I know they list one at One Stop Slot Shop, but they want $299 for it. So you can build one for cheaper than that. A WizJet build are just as fast as anybody's Aurora build. So that's what a Fray car is. They're also referred to as, sometimes referred to back east as a super stock as well. So that's what a Fray car is. So check out the Fray videos here on the YouTube channel, and it'll explain a little more in in what they are. So I hope you guys are doing well. Fray cars are fun to drive. They handle very well. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you still have the sideways slide and everything else from a stock T-Jet. You just have it a little. You're not as more likely to tip over with those cars as you will the stock T-Jet. So they're very quick, very fast, very, very fun to drive. And once you get one built, they're really, really cool. So. But that's a Fray car. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. We've been on for an hour. Dash McLaren body is very lightweight. Okay. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. I've been on for an hour now. I hope you guys have had a great, I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you had a great New Year. And I was going to start the video with that, and I forgot. But I hope you guys did well there. Of course, we're racing tomorrow, so be on the lookout for the videos coming up. Just to clarify why you guys didn't see a third race from the last race was because my computer crashed and we didn't run the Promoter's Choice race last weekend. So I got to get my computer that runs my timing program crashed, and I don't know what's wrong with it, so I got to take it in this week and have it checked out. So that's why there wasn't a third race from the last race. We're going to be making that race up at that Promoter's Choice at the end of the year. So the last race of the season, you'll see 2 Promoter's Choice races, and that's why you'll see 2 there, because we didn't get to run here. So just kind of give me clarification on why there wasn't a third race video last week. So this week we're going to be in Stan's. According to him, he has a really cool Promoter's Choice set up for this weekend. So we're going to have to see what that is. And like I said earlier, it is Ultimate Magnet Car and Auto World or Johnny Lightning Thunderjet 500 are the classes this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. If everybody shows up tomorrow, I may go live prior to the race starting. I'll kind of do one of those tomorrow to let you guys look in and see what's going on, and hopefully everybody shows up and we'll have everybody there. But have a great week. Remember, keep that pin in the slot. Keep them wheels on the downside. Keep racing slot cars. Don't forget to check out everybody else on YouTube that are doing stuff on slot cars because they need some love as well. Don't forget to support everybody that we support here on the YouTube channel for parts and pieces and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you with some race action. And then I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next weekend, but we'll think of something. If one of those cars come in prior to that, I don't think they will, but maybe we'll work on the fray build, or maybe we'll do something else. I'll let you guys know during the week. I'll put it up on the community page about what we're going to be doing. So catch you guys later. I love everybody out there, and have a great weekend. Enjoy Sunday. I'm out. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.